your takeaway from Cam Ward's pro day is what?
He's fine. I mean, he did everything he needed to do.
Okay.
I mean, like, it's just the pro days are literally just don't fall flat on your face. Like that's the goal here. And he more than did what he needed to do. He's got a real live arm. He's got quick hands. The ball jumps. It was a long workout, a lot of throws, and towards the last quarter of the workout, he had some balls take off on him in the red zone. It wasn't just a perfect throwing session. But you could see he can do everything you need to do with the football. There's a lot of upside, and I think when you're picking a quarterback at the very top of the draft, I think you do focus a little bit more on the ceiling than the floor. And there is a little risk there with him. He can be a little bit reckless at times. But man, Rich, he's got the tools to compete with the high-end, high-caliber quarterbacks you're going to have to go through in that conference in the AFC. So, he did everything he needed to do. I've used the line on some of these pro days. It's literally like a proof of life pro day. He just hold up the newspaper, show that it's the current date, and you're good to go.
Someday you're saying someone's going to bring out a mirror and just say "fog it up." Like that's what you're saying. That's going to be a pro day one day. Like, is that really what you're saying?
We used to joke that was the admissions policy at App State back in the day. But, now we've really stepped up.
Yeah, you have standards.
No longer the case.
You've got standards now.
Yeah.
So opening day starter for the Titans, like that's the sort of thing. Cam Ward gets.
I think so.
Okay, so the AFC South opening day starters: C.J. Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, Cam Ward, and who? Call your shot for the Colts right now, DJ.
Oh gosh, I'll say Daniel Jones. I think they brought him in there. I think everybody thought it was kind of bringing in a veteran to just try and maybe to gas up Richardson a little bit and get him going. I think he's got a legitimate chance to win that job. I think there was some disappointment in that building with how things have gone with Anthony Richardson. So I'll say Daniel Jones gets that nod.
Okay. Anything coming out of the Texas Pro Day that you want to hit on here? Quinn Ewers sitting out there. Anybody else? There's tons of kids at Texas. I'm wondering what you think.
Yeah, I mean, look, Matthew Golden, I think, has got a real shot to be the first receiver off the board.
You do.
I have him as my top wide receiver. I mean, he ran 4.29, but it's not even, I don't know that like the top end speed is really like the best selling point on him. He's got excellent hands. He's tough. He'll work in the middle of the field. I think he's a good route runner, and then on top of that, you get the 4.29 that he ripped off. So I think he's got a legit shot to be the first wide receiver off the board, and then I think Jedi Barron's got a great chance to be the first corner off the board. Will Johnson's got a pro day scheduled for late in the process. I think it's middle of April, but we haven't got a chance to see him do much. So I know Barron can really run. He's got really good tape. He's got a ton of production. He's going to play. He can move around. I think he's ideally as a nickel, and I think I'm thinking we'll see. I'm thinking the league has learned their lesson on Brian Branch and Cooper DeJean falling further than they should because of the positions they played, the role they played. I think if you watch the Super Bowl, you probably would realize that maybe he should have come off the board a little bit earlier.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.